Hello, you're welcome to another exciting edition of Inside Blockchain, a show that focuses on blockchain startups and the impact of the blockchain technology in Africa. And you're watching on Crypto TV Plus, the most trusted source on cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. My name is Tony Obiajiru. On the show today, we are going to be discussing the digital currency revolution, and I'm joined by Chuta Chimezie, and he is the coordinator of Blockchain User Group, a regional director Africa for Paxful, an author and a software developer. How are you, sir?
Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Tony.
good to have you on the show.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here today.
All right. Now, before we get engrossed with the topic, can you tell us a little or more about yourself?
Okay, like you already noted, I am the founder and coordinator of Blockchain Nigeria User Group.
Okay.
An enthusiast and developer-driven group that is passionately pushing for blockchain adoption and awareness across Nigeria and Africa. I currently work for Paxful as a regional director in Africa. I also have quite a lot of educational responsibilities when it comes to propagating blockchain and cryptocurrency awareness across Africa, which was actually one of the reasons why I wrote a book, which makes it easy to transport such information from place to place.
All right, fantastic. Now you're looking at the digital currency revolution, okay? And my question is, where are we currently with money?
Okay, the digital currency revolution, we are not there yet. We can't say we are in the revolution yet, but we are in the awakening phase of digital currencies. Now, because when you say that something is a revolution, it means that it has begun to disrupt effect, completely and take effect such that everyone in the street will know about it, but we are not yet there yet.
Yeah, okay. Why do you think we are not yet there?
The awareness is very low, and most of what is known about digital currency is highly technical, and except somebody makes serious effort to digest the technical terminologies, it's still a no-go area for the ordinary man in the street. So as technology advances, they will become more user-friendly. So in the coming years, I believe that it will become more simplified so that the ordinary man in the street will get acquainted with it and relate with it like it's supposed to.
Okay, fantastic. Now, looking at the transitioning phase that money has gone through, all right. Now, can we say that digital currency is money? Okay, because based on South African government, they are saying that it is not money because it does not possess the qualities of money. So can we say digital currency is money?
Well, we'll start by saying what are the qualities that make money, what are the qualities that qualifies a commodity or an item or whatever as money. And in that light, we'll look at simple things like for something to be money, first of all, it has to be scarce.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, it must be durable. It must be able to be divided into smaller units. Then you can easily move them from one place to the other without much of a problem. Now, if we take these basics, there are more qualities, of course, but if we take these four basics and we look at them in the face of what Bitcoin and maybe generally digital currencies or cryptocurrencies are, we'll understand that they are scarce. For example, Bitcoin has a scarce supply of 21 million. Then it's divisible into smaller units. They have smaller Satoshis. That's what you call a unit of a Bitcoin. Okay, so you also have the fact that it's divisible. You have mentioned that. Then it's easily transportable. Okay, it's internet money, so to speak. So it's money that lives on the internet. It's money, is a software really. Okay, so in the digital age, that's the only kind of money that can actually work. Okay, fiat cannot work in the digital age because it does not live as software. Okay, you can have digits. There's a difference between digits and software. Bitcoin and most cryptocurrencies, they are software. Okay, so, and flat and fiat monies, they are tangible. Okay, so in that light, yes, Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies qualifies as money.
As money.
Yes. Okay, so it depends on how we want to look at it. So we need to remove our cloaks of not being able to see things in their proper light, so that we can see it for truly what it is. I can categorically tell you that Bitcoin and digital currencies is money.
All right, fantastic. Now, what do you think Satoshi Nakamoto had in mind, all right, when he created Bitcoin? What problem was he trying to solve?
Okay, you know, the ashes of 2008 financial economic meltdown made a lot of people who thought they were rich poor. Okay, so and it's not because of their doing, it's because of the institutions that manage money. And that's a problem. If I have to work and some kind of policy from government causes me to become poor overnight, then that's not good enough. Okay, so Satoshi, I believe, was trying to create a system and a monetary system that is completely devoid of control of government.
Or let's say single entity.
Yeah, single entity, centralized authorities, because wherever there is concentration of power, there is also possibility of abuse.
Yeah, abuse.
Okay, so he tried to create this platform, this system, where we can transact values, we can hold our values, and we'll be true owners. Okay, when you have money in the bank, it's not your money really, because the bank could lock the doors and walk away, or government could create one policy that will wipe away what you thought you had in the bank. But when you have digital currency like Bitcoin, for instance, it's your money as far as you are in control of the private key. Nobody can take it from you, and nobody can, by any manipulative means, devalue it, because it is completely away from the grip of central authorities that will benefit from devaluations.
Okay, so you're trying to say that digital currency is actually a better system for adoption than fiat?
Again, it depends on the context you want to look at it. In terms of technology and digitization, okay, cryptocurrencies work best. They work better. Okay, it may not be completely devoid of the things that we fear when it comes to finance. Okay, but then it's the alternative that we will have for the next few years to come. Okay, so we have to acknowledge that that is the money of the future.
All right, thank you. Let's go on this quick break. Let's go on this quick break, and when we come back, we'll be looking at more of the digital currency revolution, so stay tuned.
Hi, this is Cynthia Petian with AWS Mining.
I'm Alexia Hefty-Rossier.
I'm Anand Mohan from Technobrain.
This is Anu Bardwaj from Women Investing, Women Digital.
And you are watching...
You're watching
Crypto TV Plus.
Crypto TV Plus.
Crypto TV Plus.
Crypto TV Plus. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. Before the break, my guest, Chimeze Chuta, and I were talking about the digital currency revolution. Right now, we are going to be exploiting more of this particular topic. So, sir, looking at digital currency, all right, how is the value determined? What determines the value?
Okay, basically, the value of digital currency is determined by the market demand, and in some cases, the supply of the currency available. Okay. Yes, the currency like Bitcoin is fixed. The total supply is fixed, but there are some currencies that don't have fixed supply. So generally, the amount of that currency that is available in the pool of exchanges for people to trade determines how much people are willing to buy them. If the supply is much, it means that there will be lower prices, just like in any product that is overtly available. The demand for it is lower. But when you have a scarce amount of it, which means that if people are unwilling to take theirs to the exchange to exchange it, there are few people willing to do that. That means there is likely to be a higher price for the few ones that are available. It's just as basic as that, because some people are not necessarily holding the currencies for transaction, which means you receive it and use it to buy or sell something. Some people hold them on a speculative way, because they expect that, okay, if I'm holding this thing today that I bought at $5 and it's scarce in the market, the price could go up to $10 in a few months, okay? So that's when I can sell. So when you are holding it for speculative reason like that, that means you want to benefit from the market demand and supply. Then it affects the price of the currency.
All right, now looking at the current market price of Bitcoin, I think it's around 6,000 USD.
Yes.
All right, so what do you think is the reason why it is where it is right now? Sometime last week it was about 7,000. It crossed to 7,500 or 8,000. So why is it at 6,000 presently?
Now, just like every speculative commodity, there are information that affect the way people transact these currencies. Okay. Before the last upsurge in price of Bitcoin, for instance, there were speculations about possible SEC approval of the ETF of Bitcoin, into public exchanges. Okay, and because of the anticipation that if this thing goes through, about $2 trillion could flow into the market from the private sector and organized institution. People feel that, okay, a part of this money, I should be a part of it. So let me hold a little bit of this currency. So a lot of people went into the market and they bought in speculation that if this SEC approval goes through, then I can sell and maybe cash out quite some reasonable amount of money. Now, recently, that was yesterday, SEC actually extended the decision that they were supposed to have made. Okay, so a lot of people feel that, no, I need my money, so they went back to the exchange and they want to get back their fiat back. And that is why you now have more Bitcoin back into the market. And when things like that happens, so prices definitely would drop. So basically news and people's body language, and all kinds of things coming from people that are considered opinion leaders in financial markets. Such news affect the price of this currency for now because of the speculative nature of the asset. Okay,
fantastic. But do you think the price would climb up?
Well, definitely the price will climb up, but I'm not in any position to tell you when and how much it will, but I know definitely it will climb up because it's a scarce commodity. Okay, so we are not looking at next week or next month for this, but when you play in this field, you know that this thing is for the long term. So you position yourself for the long term. People who buy this week and expect to sell next week, they're not really serious about holding this currency. So you really need to know, if I want to hold this thing on a speculative level, give this thing 1 year, okay, hold it for 1 year and see what returns to you, okay? Unless you're a trader who does day trading and you want to move this money as quickly as possible and pull it out. But ordinarily, it was not anticipated that people will use it this way. But of course, these are the things that come out when you launch a project.
All right, fantastic. Now, I've been hearing that digital currency is going to eliminate the banking sector. All right, so I want to ask you, what happens to financial institutions?
Well, I'm not part of those who believe that digital currency will completely eliminate the traditional finance system and institutions. But I also strongly believe that they too will live together, because the essence was not to actually eliminate the financial system as we know it completely, but to create an alternative. Okay, monopoly is a recipe for destruction. Okay, because people will ultimately take advantage of monopoly. So I don't personally like monopolistic economies. So digital currency completely breaks the monopoly. Before now, banks and financial institutions, they hold the sources of money. Okay, anybody that needs to transact value, go to the bank. But now we have them all around decentralized. So I can pay you for your airtime using any of the cryptocurrencies that you are willing to accept. And we don't need banks to do that.
Okay, don't you think it's a threat to the banking sector?
Of course, they are going to lose some level of control, a reasonable level of control, really. Okay. But there are also things that will continue to go on, okay? Whether or not there are digital currencies, they will continue to go on. There are a lot of people who are still using the old school kinds of phones. If you go to UK, people are still using these telephones that are, you can't find them in Nigeria anymore. So there are still people who are going to hold on to the old banks. They say, give me my old banknotes. People like that will still be there.
Okay, so you think that the bank will adopt this particular system?
Yes, I think banks will adopt them because they will also see that they will have significant profit by doing so. because banks all about making money. If they don't want to do it by themselves, their shareholders will ask them, what are you guys doing? This market is big. You're here, the cryptocurrency market has hit $1 trillion, and you're still shoving your foot. People will push them if they don't want to take the move, because everyone wants to make money. And there's no way you can stop anyone that is so determined from doing so.
Okay, now, great. Now, do you think that this particular technology, or let's say the digital currency, is the future of money?
Surely is the future of money, because the digitization and the digital age requires this kind of money. Okay. The fiat type of money cannot really do the things that the future, that technology is going to be betting.
So we are right to say change is constant?
Yes, change is constant, really. So we are transitioning into that era where we will be able to do a whole lot of things autonomously, including making payments, which traditionally the kind of monies that fiat offers cannot do. Now you have people talk about AI technology, you talk about Internet of Things, you talk about blockchain generally. Now all these things uniting, there's going to be cost. There's going to be transactions. How do you do these things in an autonomous environment? It's digital currencies. So it's very easy to see, because when we have these automated systems running, I want to pay for gas, I want to pay for some kind of service, I want to pay for these things can be programmed into the smart contract that they will done seamlessly. The addresses will be there. When the conditions are made, the payments are made. So ordinarily,
and the likes?
Yes. So these are the things that will make it to really be what it's supposed to be, which is the money for the future.
So you're saying that people should actually be in the favor instead of stuck against it?
Of course. Is it, in the past years, let me just talk a little bit about how Africans generally react to technologies and innovations. Sometimes we'll sit back and we think that innovations may not unseat us. Okay, but we have seen what happened in the internet age. Okay.
Yeah, when internet came.
Yes. You know, a lot of people who didn't think that their job were going to be affected. Most of them are out there now, either benefiting from the internet technology or they are off completely. Okay, so I believe strongly that this particular technology will completely change everything the way we know it. It's something that we can try to imagine sometimes, maybe 25 years from now, maybe 50 years from now. None of the things that we know will be the same way that we are seeing them now. And many of them are going to be affected by digital currencies. All
right, fantastic. But before I let you go, Chimezi, I was reading your book, all right, Seizing Opportunities in the Blockchain and Cryptocurrency Revolution. All right, so tell me, what was behind the book? Why did you write the book?
Okay, I was a victim of a lot of internet scams, because when I got into digital currency in 2015, I didn't really have access to a lot of materials where I could learn and read up things before getting involved with transacting or using my money to buy Bitcoin. Even though the price of Bitcoin was a little lower then, but I wasted a lot of money because there were so many sites I saw and I thought that they were trusted. And because I did not understand the technology and resources were not really available as they are today, you know, and I felt that, look, if someone were to go through what I went through, he will have a lot of pain. Okay, so I decided to, why don't we put together some kind of book? Okay, it's not enough to hold seminars, because when you hold seminars and you hold small meetings, you have maximum 4 hours. And 4 hours is not enough for this technology. There are a lot of things to read. So I thought about, okay, why don't you, even if you're holding seminars or holding conferences, you need something that serious-minded people, when they are going, they go home with something and go and study. Okay, I'm a student of Bible, so I learned about what the Bible said about the
study to show yourself.
Yeah, study to show yourself. It says also that there are some men that the disciples met in a particular town, and they said that these men, they were very wise, and they went home to study to check if those things were actually true in the scripture. So I believe that when you come to conferences or to events and you hear a lot of people talk, okay, there's not much chance for you to ask questions, and there are a lot more that you may not be able to find out. But when you go home with a book like this, you go home and you study, and you find out what those people were saying. Are they truly true? Because I tried to synthesize the book and make it as simplified as possible, mentioning many of the topics that you will normally come in contact with on a daily basis. So it's a very fantastic piece for people to pick up and read.
I will agree with you. You know, I find most of the contents, if not all of the contents, actually very valuable. I would encourage you out there to make sure you get the book. And talking about getting the book, how can people out there, you know, reach out to the book?
In Lagos, in Abuja, in Port Harcourt, and I think there's somebody somewhere in the north that also distributes. We have people who help to distribute them. Okay, but they're also available on the net.
Okay,
in
that's
multiple,
the soft
yes,
copy.
the soft copy in multiple formats.
Where exactly?
You can get them from blockchainnigeria.group/book.
Okay.
blockchainnigeria.group/book. Then you can buy the book there and you get instant download.
All right, so visit it online, blockchainnigeria.group/book and get season opportunities in the blockchain and cryptocurrency revolution. Thank you so much, Mr.
Thank you so much
for
Tony.
joining me.
And
we've come to the end of the show. For more information, news updates, analysis, and blockchain events, visit our website at cryptotvplus.com. And if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. My name still remains Tony Obiajiri. Until I come your way next time, it's a bye for now.